This is the truth about success. You must accept. Success is not hiding from you. It is not reserved for a chosen few. It is not locked behind luck. It is not waiting for the perfect time in your life. Success is waiting for you to become the person who can carry it. And this is the truth most people spend their entire lives avoiding. They want the rewards without the transformation. They want the results without the reconstruction. They want the destination without becoming the traveler capable of reaching it. But success has a rule that never changes. It demands a new version of you, not slightly improved, not temporarily motivated, fundamentally rebuilt. And until you accept this, you will always feel like success is just out of reach. You will blame timing. You will blame circumstances. You will blame other people. But deep down, you will feel the quiet knowing that the real reason is this: you have not yet become who success requires. This realization is uncomfortable. It challenges your pride. It disrupts your excuses. It forces you to look inward instead of outward. But it is also liberating, because if success depends on who you become, then you are not powerless. You are responsible. Napoleon Hill spent decades studying the greatest minds of his time: Andrew Carnegie, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford. And he discovered something that most people still overlook. Their advantage was not opportunity. It was identity. They thought differently. They believed differently. They disciplined themselves differently. They saw the world differently. And because they were different internally, their external lives reflected that difference. This is the truth you must accept. Success is not something you chase. It is something you grow into. You do not run toward it. You build yourself into the kind of person it naturally follows. But most people try to do the opposite. They chase money without changing their mindset. They chase recognition without building character. They chase goals without developing discipline. And when success does not come, they feel confused. But there is no confusion. There is only misalignment. Success and identity must match. You cannot carry a powerful life with a weak mindset. You cannot sustain achievement with inconsistent discipline. You cannot hold greatness with ordinary standards. And this is why so many people stay stuck. They are trying to create a new life with the same old version of themselves. But nothing changes until you change. This is where the real work begins. Not outside, inside. You must examine how you think, how you respond to challenges, how you use your time, how you handle discomfort, how you speak to yourself, how you define what is acceptable in your life. Because success is built on these invisible foundations. When Thomas Edison worked through thousands of failures, he did not have a better environment. He had a stronger internal belief. When Henry Ford insisted the automobile could be for everyone, he did not have unanimous support. He had unwavering clarity. When Abraham Lincoln endured defeat after defeat, he did not have easier circumstances. He had deeper resilience. They were not waiting for success. They were becoming it. And this is the shift you must make. Stop asking, "How do I get success?" Start asking, who must I become to deserve it? That question changes everything. It turns you from a seeker into a builder, from a dreamer into a doer, from someone hoping for change into someone creating it. You begin to see that success is not built in big moments. It is built in small, daily decisions that seem insignificant at the time, but compound into transformation. Waking up when you don't feel like it. Focusing when distraction is easy. Working when comfort is tempting. Learning when rest would be easier. These moments are where identity is formed, and identity is where success begins. Most people ignore these moments. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait for the perfect mood. But success does not wait for moods. It responds to standards. You must raise your standards. Raise what you expect from yourself. Raise what you tolerate. Raise how you think. Raise how you act. Because the life you want requires a higher version of you. And until you become that person, you will continue to feel like you are trying hard, but going nowhere. This is not a problem of effort. It is a problem of identity. Effort without identity is temporary. Identity creates consistency. When you see yourself as disciplined, discipline becomes natural. When you see yourself as focused, focus becomes easy. When you see yourself as capable, action becomes automatic. This is why belief is powerful. Belief is not wishful thinking. Belief is a decision about who you are. And once you decide who you are, your actions begin to align without constant struggle. This is how you rebuild yourself. You stop living based on feelings and start living based on identity. You stop asking, do I feel like it? And start asking, is this who I am now? That shift removes confusion. It removes hesitation. It removes excuses. And slowly, quietly, your life begins to change. Not because of luck, not because of miracles, but because you are becoming someone different. This is the truth about success you must accept. It is not waiting for you to arrive. It is waiting for you to transform. And as you begin this transformation, you notice something unsettling but powerful. You realize how often you used to measure progress by visible results instead of invisible growth. You would work hard for a few days, look for immediate change, and when nothing dramatic happened, you would feel discouraged. You would question whether the effort was worth it. You would wonder if you were on the right path. But now, you understand something deeper. Results are slow to appear because identity is slow to form. And identity is what truly matters. You begin to see that every day you remain disciplined. Every day you choose focus over distraction. Every day you act in alignment with who you decided to become. Something is shifting internally, even if nothing looks different externally. You are building the foundation that success stands on. And foundations are invisible. No one celebrates a foundation. No one praises the concrete poured beneath the surface. But without it, nothing can stand. This is why most people quit. They are unwilling to work in the invisible stage. They want recognition before transformation. They want applause before discipline. They want evidence before belief. But success demands belief before evidence. Thomas Edison believed in light long before the bulb existed. Henry Ford believed in mass transportation long before highways were ready. Walt Disney believed in worlds no one else could see. They did not wait for proof. They created it through persistence. And this is where you separate yourself from the majority. You stop needing immediate validation. You stop needing instant results. You stop needing reassurance from the outside world. Because you know what is happening inside you. You know you are becoming the person success requires. This knowledge brings a quiet confidence. Not loud, not arrogant, just steady. You move through your days with intention instead of urgency. You no longer rush. You no longer panic. You no longer feel behind. Because you understand that growth is not a race. It is a reconstruction. You are rebuilding yourself from the inside out. And this reconstruction requires patience. Patience with your progress. Patience with your mistakes. Patience with the process. You stop criticizing yourself for not being there yet. You start respecting yourself for not quitting. And that shift changes how you treat yourself. You become your own ally instead of your own critic. You begin to speak to yourself with strength instead of doubt. You begin to encourage yourself instead of questioning yourself. Because you understand that the voice in your head is either building you or breaking you, and you choose to build. This is where gratitude enters quietly. Gratitude for the ability to grow. Gratitude for the chance to change. Gratitude for the awareness that you were meant for more. You begin to see your struggles differently. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, you see them as training. Instead of seeing delays as setbacks, you see them as preparation. Because you know that everything you are experiencing is shaping the person you are becoming. And the person you are becoming is stronger than the person you were. You realize that success is not just about achieving things. It is about becoming someone. Someone disciplined. Someone focused. Someone resilient. Someone purposeful. And these qualities are more valuable than any result you could chase. Because once you have them, success is inevitable. This is why most people never reach success. They chase outcomes without building character. But character is what carries outcomes. You are no longer chasing. You are building. You begin to notice that your reactions to problems have changed. Where you once felt overwhelmed, you now feel challenged. Where you once felt discouraged, you now feel determined. Because your identity has shifted. You are no longer the person who looks for reasons why things won't work. You are the person who looks for ways to make them work. And this mindset changes everything. You start to see opportunities where others see difficulties. You start to see lessons where others see failures. You start to see progress where others see delay. Because your perspective has evolved. This evolution is the true sign that you are on the path. Not the money. Not the recognition. Not the visible achievements. But the way you think. Because the way you think determines the way you live. And you are now thinking like the person success belongs to. You understand something most people never grasp. Success is not something you earn at the end. It is something you embody along the way. Every disciplined day is success. Every focused hour is success. Every act of resilience is success. And when you live this way, the external rewards become a natural extension of your internal growth. You stop chasing success because you realize you are already becoming it. And this realization gives you peace. A deep, unshakable peace that comes from knowing you are aligned with who you are meant to be. You are no longer searching for the path. You are walking it. This is why belief is powerful. Belief is not wishful thinking. Belief is a decision about who you are. And once you decide who you are, your actions begin to align without constant struggle. This is how you rebuild yourself. You stop living based on feelings and start living based on identity. You stop asking, "Do I feel like it?" and start asking, "Is this who I am now?" That shift removes confusion. It removes hesitation. It removes excuses. And slowly, quietly, your life begins to change. Not because of luck, not because of miracles, but because you are becoming someone different. This is the truth about success you must accept. It is not waiting for you to arrive. It is waiting for you to transform.